Becky, and I am going to be sharing with you my journey to paying off my credit card debt and starting to try to save for my future. I am 41 years old, and I realized last year when I turned 40 that I did not have anything together like I thought I would by my age, and so I started to try to start a journey. I started off with my health, and I am going to be recording those on a separate set of videos about my health journey. And then I also, once I started my health journey and got that under control, decided to start doing some budgeting. And I have started with an app called YNAB, and I've been using that for the last year, and I absolutely love it. And I have not stopped. I still use YNAB, but I've watched a lot of the Budget Moms videos, and I think that her plan is also awesome, and I am hoping that it will help me do some saving and also paying off some debt. So I'm using them both together. So my plan is, and what I did for the month of January, I just haven't recorded anything, is that I'm going to use the Budget Mom Planner to get my month planned out and then put it into YNAB. And then I keep track, and I will do all of this with y'all for February. Keep track of all of my expenses, and I clear them. I highlight them as they come out, and then I'll total them. Today is the 31st, so I should have everything done by this evening, and I will close out my balance this evening, and I'll try to record that. But I'm going to go ahead and set up my February balance. I get paid every 2 weeks on the 4th and the 18th of April. Of February. I said the April because I was thinking the 4th. And then I have highlighted this payday in orange, and I got this from watching the Budget Mom. She highlights her paydays in a color, and then everything that comes out of that payday in that same color. I'm not sure if I'll stick with that going forward, because now I've started watching a lot of other Budget With Me videos, and everybody does it slightly differently. But this is how I set it up when I first set it up. So this is how February is set up. I also have marked on my calendar a couple of important days. My nephew turns 20 on the 19th. My mom turns 75 on the 23rd. So we're going to go to dinner at the Cheesecake Factory on the 22nd. So I need to make sure I am budgeting extra dining out for that, because I'm going to pay for both of their dinners. But that's going to be out of my paycheck on the 18th, not on the one on the 4th. Also, I have clean house here on the 1st and the 15th, because I was having a cleaning service come in every 2 weeks, but at the beginning of this year, I decided if I really wanted to be serious about getting out of debt and saving money, that I needed to make some sacrifices, and one of those sacrifices was I can clean my own dang house. So I've stopped that. So this is on here because I was still doing it when I initially set this budget up, but I have canceled that, so I don't have that. I did put Valentine's Day on here because it's pretty little heart stickers that came with my planner, but I am actually single, so I don't have to budget anything extra for Valentine's Day. Maybe I'll take myself out for dinner. We will see. So that's what my month of February looks like. I have ordered some pretty month planning stickers from Life in Envelopes, and I did just get them, but I'd already set this up, and I ordered the mittens one. I don't know if I'm going to use that in March, because I don't know how snowy it is. I live in Central Texas in the Austin area, so sorry. I can't really see. I don't know how people do this. I watch a lot of videos, and I see everybody has their camera up top, and my roommate had a ring light, but it's more for selfies than it is for videos, so I've had to kind of finagle it to make it work, and I can't really see. Also, I'm only 5'5", so it's high to get this whole thing in this shot. I can't see. So sorry if everything's off. I'm learning. I have zero experience with this, so bear with me, but I'm very glad you're here. I mostly wanted to document this for accountability, and just so I can know that even if nobody is watching this on a regular basis, there's the potential for people to watch it, and I need to stick with it if I'm going to be in front of people. So I started this earlier. I just did a little practice to make sure I knew how to use my camera, which really isn't even a camera. It's just it's my phone, y'all. It's just my phone in a little tripod thing. Like I said, I'm very short. Okay, let me see if I can lower this That's not the thing that lowers this. That's the thing that lowers this. Oh, look at that. Nice and shaky, super shaky. Hopefully I can figure out how to use editing video and then we can get all of this done. So I've already written this out. This is my paycheck number 1 for the month. I got a random Wells Fargo check in the mail. I don't know why. It was for $5 and they said it was because during the month of February of 2019, I think, they had some issues and they might have overcharged me interest on my auto loan payment, and so they sent me $5. I don't know, that car's paid off, but they sent me money, so whatever, I'm happy with that. Zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so my paycheck, I wrote this out separately just so y'all don't have to watch me try to figure life out, but my paycheck should be $17.08, and I do budget every penny, not just every dollar. So that should be my paycheck. My random Wells Fargo check was for $5. And then I am rolling over. I am anticipating $50. Like I said, I haven't closed out my budget yet, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm rolling over. I did spend a little bit extra in dining out. A friend of mine has COVID and is stuck at home, so I did DoorDash her some lunch today, so I have to calculate that in, but I should have at least $50 left over to roll over from January. And then that would be a total of $17.63.47. I am cashless. I use YNAB as my cash envelopes because I'm going to do this in 2 parts. I'm going to do a video with where I set up my budget, and then once my paycheck hits on the 4th, I'll do a video where I put it into YNAB and divide out all of the, instead of cash stuffing, I'm going to cash stuff in YNAB. So there'll be a video 1 week where I do a plan, and then the next week where I put it into YNAB, and then the next week I'll do a plan for the next check, and then the next week I'll put it in YNAB. And hopefully I'll also be able to close out the budgets, and also hopefully I will know how to use this camera and it will be better for everybody. So anyway, this is my income I am anticipating on the 4th. And I have plenty of bills, tons of them actually. I have an AFLAC plan that is from a previous employer that when I left I wanted to keep it. And that comes out on the 5th of every month, and it is $82.55. This is for I forgot what they call it, but it's where, like, if you go to the doctor, they send you money. If you get a cancer screening, they send you money. If you are in the hospital or if you are sick, they send you money based on your claims, and this money just comes to you. And then I also have a cancer policy in here that covers myself and my niece that used to live with me until she is 26. So it's well worth it for me to keep that money. I make that back. I've made that back every year so far. $16.23 for my Adobe Acrobat. That is for PDFs. I had my job that I had previously used to pay for this, and my job that I have currently doesn't, but I love the feature of being able to edit Adobe, edit the PDFs, and I use it on my personal life. And then I also have a couple of friends who I let, because you come with 2 subscriptions, like you get 2 logins. So I have a friend who runs a very small business that she's just trying to get off the ground, so I let her log in as my second user. She doesn't pay me, but I'm going to pay for it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I do have a car wash subscription that comes out every month, and I have thought about canceling it, but my mom just moved out into the country, and every time I go out to see her, my car is filthy. So I'm not sure yet. I'm keeping it for now, but it's $20 a month. It's not a lot, but it adds up. I have YouTube Music, and this I do find to be worth it. I don't have Spotify or Amazon Music or anything like that. This is the music subscription service that I use, and it's worth it for me to be able to watch the videos. I don't watch videos, I just listen to the music, but turn it on and then shut my screen off, and I listen to that while I work. That's what I use, and I should go back to Amazon Music because it's cheaper, but I just really like YouTube Music. Venmo, this is a credit card that I have that I normally keep at a $0 balance, but I went a little crazy in December and charged it up, so I paid half of it. Sorry, that should be a 13. I paid half of it in in January, and I'm going to pay the other half of it off now. I do use this card regularly. I've used it twice today, actually. I use this for most of my grocery shopping and most of my dining out because you get 3% back on your top category and then 2% back on your second category and then 1% back on everything else. So I use this and then I keep a balance in my Venmo account, like my actual Venmo account, and I use that to keep it at 0. So $83.18 is the balance that I'm going to be paying for my check, but I do have other money budgeted toward my Venmo. So when I make my payment, you'll see that there's a lot more money in that category to pay than just $83, but that's because I've gone grocery shopping and I've eaten out a couple of times and different things like that. So that's where that other money comes from. I have a Sam's Club credit card. This also got charged up. I was doing so well, y'all. I was doing so well with my credit cards, and then I just kind of fell off the wagon the last couple of months of last year, so now I'm trying to get back on track. Maurice's is a clothing store, and this is actually quite an old balance I've been paying off for a while. I pay it off just a little bit at a time as I can afford it. And I just want to point out these cards that I have, actually Venmo doesn't accrue any interest. And I mean, it's not that it's an interest free, but because I keep it at 0. And as I use it, I pay it off. So technically I've paid more than this month because I've used it and paid it off, so there won't be any accrual of interest even though I left the balance because I've technically paid more than this amount. But I do keep track in YNAB, and you'll see that when I do that video, of what the interest is that each card charges me, and I add that to my payment. So I budget this, and then I add the interest to it, but I have that as a separate category. It was a little bit of a learning curve for me to figure out how to go from YNAB to a paper budget like this. And I know watching videos when I first started YNAB, everybody was having issues going from a traditional budget to a YNAB budget, but that's the first budget I ever did. So that's the way it makes sense to me. And then trying to go to this, I had to try to make it make sense. So my categories are probably going to look different from most people that you see, but this is just me trying to make it make sense in my YNAB themed brain. Okay, so Maurice's is a card. Discovery Plus. This is the streaming service, and I pay for this. My father passed away about 1.5 years ago, and then my mom we were never TV people. Like, we didn't even have a TV in my house when I was growing up, and but when my dad passed away, she was just complaining that the house was so quiet and she was there by herself. So my nephew and my niece and I got her a TV for her birthday last year, and I pay for Discovery, and what else does she have? I used to have a Disney Plus, but I canceled that. She never watched it, neither did I, but she watches Discovery Plus, so I'm definitely keeping this. I don't watch it very much, but she watches it, so I'm definitely keeping that for her. Microsoft is my Office. I use Office in my personal computer. It also gets me extra storage. This is a credit card, just a regular credit card. Again, this is one I used to keep paid off, but got a little out of control. This card, this Chase Amazon card, was a card that my dad had. This card is in my dad's name, but I'm assuming because we live in Texas and it's a community property state and my mother is still alive, thankfully, that they haven't closed this account. So I use this card, and I use it because you get the discount on, not discount, but the cash back in the percentages off of your Amazon purchases. So I use this card and then I pay it off. But this is one of the cards that is very charged up. This card is not even close to being paid off. I'll do a debt confession video, but I just wanted to do a test of this to see if I even could do these videos. So let me do this, and then hopefully I'll do a debt confession video, and then we'll do a closeout video. So let me just stick on what I'm doing. My brain wanders, y'all. Mission Lane. This is another credit card. I have I have some credit cards. The 17th, another one I used to keep charged. This one irritated me because I forgot that I have an annual fee on it, and it hit this month, and I charged Butcher Box to it, and then my text tag hit, and so I went in there thinking my balance was going to be like lower. This is my priority card, the one that I'm trying to pay off first. And I went in there thinking my balance was going to have gone down, and now the card's maxed out. It's only got a $600 limit, y'all don't panic. But the card's maxed out, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? So I looked, and it's like, your annual fee hit, and your interest hit, and your Butcher Box hit, and text tag came out, and I'm like, okay, so let's reevaluate my life. I know when you're doing this and you're on a debt payoff program, you're supposed to just pay the minimum balances on all of your cards, but that hurts my brain. Like, maybe I'll get to a point where I can do that, but right now, I can't. I just can't bring myself to pay $25 on this card when I owe like $600 on this card. I just can't do it. So what I did is in YNAB, they have credit card features. And when I get to YNAB on Friday, I'll go over that. But you can set a payoff by date, a target, and it'll tell you how much you have to budget every month in order to pay that card off by the date that you've requested. So what I did is for everything except for this, my dad's Chase Amazon card, and then also my PayPal line of credit. Not PayPal. Yeah, PayPal line of credit. Because those are higher. These I just set at $100 a month. Plus I pay the interest. Plus whatever I've charged to them. But for everything else, I set them to pay off by December. And these are the minimum balances that I have to pay these cards off completely by December. And then, plus I'm paying the interest. And then this one I set to pay off by June. And so this $130, if I pay $130 a month, I'll pay this card off by June. But then I'm going to put everything extra toward this card until this card is paid off. And then I'll set my next one to be at June. And I don't remember off the top of my head which one is next, but when I do my debt confession, you'll see I've numbered them like Budget Mom does. So anyway, all of this together totals $650.82. And we can do that math together if you would like, except for my calculator is on my phone, which is right there. So I can't, but just trust me, I've added this like 5 times to make sure my brain had it together. So if I take my $1763.47 that I am anticipating starting out my pay period with, and subtract this $650.82 from it, that will leave me with a balance of $1,112 back. 1112 and 65 cents. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that down here for my envelopes. And again, my envelopes are not actual cash. They are categories in my YNAB. So for dining out, and this is more than I normally give myself. Normally I give myself $75 a paycheck for dining out. And disclaimer, sometimes I spend that on myself, but most of the time this is me paying for food for other people as well. It's not just myself. This is going to sound like a sob story, but it's just truth. My sister passed away about 5 years ago, and she had 5 children. So my niece came to live with me, and my nephew, one of them lives with his father. He's the only biological son of my brother-in-law, and the other one went to live with some family friends, but they all still, they're basically my children. So I pay for them whenever we go anywhere. And my mom is, like I said, in reduced circumstances because my father passed away, and I pay some of her bills. So when we go out, I try to pay for her food as well. So $75 for me. It's not like I see them every day. They live about an hour from me. So, but when I see them, I do try to pay for their food. So that's what this money is. And except for this, I'm budgeting extra each paycheck for my mom and my nephew's birthdays that are coming up next pay period this month. Groceries, I give myself $100 a paycheck, which is only $200 a month, which doesn't seem like a lot. But keep in mind that I said I was on a health plan, a health journey as well as my budgeting journey. And so I have a plan called Optavia. And that is similar to the Nutrisystem plan. It's like the same parent company, I think, and you pay for, they call them fuelings, and they mail them to you. So I really only eat 1 meal a day. So $100 a week for one meal a day is not a lot of money. And then the rest of my money for my food goes to Optavia, which is quite expensive, which you will see in my next one, Fuelings. And this is going to be my Optavia. And I typically budget $200, but I'm trying to see if I can get it down to $150. I may not be able to, but this is what I would like to keep it at, and it's going to come out on the 4th. So we'll know when I film my next video if I was able to do that. Fun money. I always give myself $30, and I never use this. This is for, like, I play Sims. This is for if I want to download an expansion pack. This is for if I randomly spend money, like if I go to a movie and I want to get popcorn, I don't take that out of my dining out, I take that out of my fun money, because I consider dining out like a restaurant. Even if it's fast food, that's still dining out, but popcorn at a movie theater, that's fun. That's not dining out. Household, this is for cleaning supplies and shampoo and stuff. I am not a high maintenance woman, y'all. I wash my hair, I put face moisturizer on because I'm in my 40s, so I've got to do that. But other than that, I don't really do much. I did my nails specifically for this video, and these are Jamberries. Anybody else old enough to remember Jamberries? I used to sell them back in the day, and I still have a ton. And so I figured if I'm going to be doing this video where y'all can see my hands, I'm going to do my nails. I know I watch a lot of videos and ladies have those fancy nails, and I'm always like, man, those are beautiful. I would stab myself in the eyeballs so many times. That would hurt. So I'll stick with my jams. Ecclesial expenses. So my church, we call our groups ecclesias. So this is my donation to my ecclesia. I do a $50 a week, so that's $100 out of every check. And then gas, I am fortunate enough to work from home, so I don't use a whole lot of gas, and I don't use a whole lot of gas. Really only when I go to my mom's house do I use gas. So $50 a month is plenty for me. And if I need more, I'll just pull it from probably my fun money because I don't really use it. So all of this totals $530. Anybody else have issues with the bottom of the page? Which if I take 111265 minus 530, math along with me, y'all, I should have $582.65 left over. So I'm going to bring that up here. Oh, I didn't put in a date. So this paycheck is for 2/4. So then 2022, I should put that in there. So my leftover is $582.65. Sorry if I'm breathing loudly, but the microphone is right by my mouth. Pet expenses. I do have 2 pups and a cat, but I also have a roommate, and our relationship is weird. We've lived together for like 8 years. We adopted all of these animals together, so we split the costs of everything. So this basically covers all the pet food for a month. I would like to start building toward my half of it, and I would like to start building toward an emergency pet fund, but I'm not there yet, but hopefully I will be. A new phone, because my phone, first of all, has no memory. So as soon as I finish with this video, I'm going to have to pull it off of my phone. Otherwise, I won't be able to do anything. And also, I cracked the front camera, the screen, but it's right by the front camera. So if I try to do anything with my front camera, it like creates this like halo glow thing, and it's annoying. So I'm saving to get a new phone. $50 out of this check. Car maintenance, which I cannot spell that word. Maintain. Yeah, that's worse. Don't laugh at me. I'm a horrible speller. Everything I do is typed. Close enough. I know what I mean. Car maintenance is getting $25. My car is paid off. I just bought new tires. Everything should be good, but I want to start putting some money aside, and I have a little bit aside, but I want to really start building that up this year. Emergency fund, this is, y'all, like I said, I'm 41 years old. I don't have an emergency fund. I don't have that. So I really need to focus on that too. Gifts and giving. This is for birthdays. I want to save some every month for like toward holidays and things like that. Giving is also if somebody reaches out and they're in need, like I said, my friend, she didn't reach out to me, but I wanted to do something for her because I know she's stuck at home with COVID. So I sent her lunch today and I used my giving fund for that. So I'm going to put $75 in there. Normally I would put 50, but because I have 2 birthdays coming up this month, I put extra. Credit card interest. This is where I plan for the interest that hits every month, and I'll pull from this fund to put into my extra payments when I make my payments for the month on all my cards. Self-care. This would be for going to get pedicures, going to get massages, going to get haircuts, doing things like that. Like I said, I'm very not high maintenance, and I was putting $25 or was it $30 a month away, but this month I'm going to try to put $50 away because I really want a massage. So I'm going to start trying to save for that. So there's $50 in there. And then I saw on somebody's channel, I am so sorry, I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about their sinking funds, and they had a passport renewal in here. I just got my passport 2 years ago, so it's not going to come up for renewal for another 8 years, but I can totally save $1.77 a month. So that way, when it is time to renew my passport, I have the money ready to go. In clothes, I am on a weight loss journey, so I know that when I have reached my goal weight, I am currently, when I started this, I was at over 300 pounds, but I am currently in the 280s, 270s, 280s. I don't know exactly where I am today, but I anticipate losing enough weight to where I'm going to need an entire new wardrobe. That is my goal. So I'm starting to save some money now so I can go clothes shopping. Normally I do $40 a month, but because of up to a couple of these, I'm only going to do $34 this month. And that may change. I may have to take more out. So my total for the sinking funds is $435.77. And if I take that from this $582.65, that leaves me with $146.70. Nope, $146.50, 88, Becky. So $146.88 toward extra debt. And like I said, Mission Lane is my primary card I'm going to pay off. So I would like to make a $200 payment. So I am going to put an extra $70, and I'm just going to throw the 88 cents in there to get rid of that because I don't like the change. So that'll give me a $200.88 payment for Mission Lane this month. So my total for extra debt is $70.88, leaving me $76 left over. Now I am doing some savings challenges. I signed up for the Budget Mom savings challenges, and I'm having to modify them because, as you can see, I have quite a few credit card debts, and I know I need to focus on paying those off before I really focus on saving too much. But I'm doing some savings challenges, and one of them, well, this isn't part of hers, but the 52-week challenge, and the way I am doing it works out to be $53 out of every paycheck. So I'm taking the first week of the year and the last week of the year, and then the second week of the year and the second last week of the year, and the third to last, and so on. So it's actually $53 out of every paycheck, which I think is very manageable for myself. One of the Budget Mom's savings this month is app savings, where you count the apps on your phone, and I had to modify it to make it fit me, and I'll do hopefully another video where I go over my savings challenges. But what I am going to save this month is $23 for the app savings, and that gets me to $76, which means I have nothing left, and this is our zero-based budget. I don't think I can zoom out anymore. I'd have to raise you again, and I don't want to do that. But this is what I am anticipating my paycheck on Friday to be like. And I guess I will see y'all back here on Friday to do my YNAB budget with me. And unless I see you before that and I do my my debt confession, we might do that too. All right, y'all, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.